Morning all. So today we'll discuss the MCQs on respiratory system. So the first question is the total surface area of alveoli which are present in the human lungs is. The gaseous exchange takes place. So in a human lungs you have around 300 million alveoli in both the lungs. So the total surface area of the alveoli that are present in both the lungs will be approximately 70 square meter. Carcinogenesis syndrome. So the other name for carcinogenesis syndrome is primary ciliary dyskinesia. So here the main problem is you have the abnormal movement of cilia. Okay, so you will have the abnormal movement of cilia, so which results in the recurrent chest infection, here nose and throat infections. So you have other conditions, chest infection, here nose, throat infection and all. So the third question is, it provides the immunity or resistance to certain infections. Fourth question, the diffusion of gases across the respiratory membrane is the correct options you have to tell. So the first, the diffusion of gas is usually provided by a law called as Fick's law. Okay, so what is that Fick's law? Fick's law tells that diffusion of gas is directly proportional to the pressure gradient. It is directly proportional to the diffusion coefficient of the gas, okay, which is thickness of the membrane. Okay, so whenever you have pulmonary edema or any inspiratory capacity is the maximum, okay, maximum amount of air that can be inspired, okay, above the tidal inspiration, how much ever 3 liters. So the inspiratory capacity value, normal inspiratory capacity, washout method, helium dilution method, Douglas bag, Wright's peak flow meter. Okay, so most of the lung volumes and the capacities are measured using a spirometer, okay, except the residual volume and the functional residual volume. Okay, so the functional residual capacity, these two things cannot be helium dilution method, whereas nitrogen washout method is used to measure the dead space. So the answer is the helium dilution method. Okay, so the next question is that part of the respiratory conducting zone and the other one is the respiratory zone. Conducting zone means here the gaseous dead space. So dead space is the part of the respiratory passage where the gaseous exchange does not take place. Okay, next question is the following statements regarding dead space are true except. So the normal value of anatomical dead space is 150 ml. Anatomical dead space is measured by single breath nitrogen curve analysis. Physiological dead space is increased in case of arteriovenous shunts, and measurement of anatomical dead space is more significant than physiological dead space. So I told about the dead space. So it is the place where the gaseous exchange does not take place. So you have two types of dead space. One is the anatomical, there will be gaseous exchange because of some disease of the alveoli or because of some decreased blood, that is they are taking part in the gaseous exchange. So the alveolar dead space will be same as that of the anatomical dead space. So but in some disease, so as I told, because of some dead space than the only the anatomical dead space. Okay, so whenever this is measured by single breath nitrogen curve analysis. Okay, so the false statement regarding the dead space is measurement of anatomical dead space is more significant than the physiological side on the release and uptake of oxygen